that?
This might be that money. Man, me.
Full house.
Thought you had pocket king. He had king 10 of heart.
That would have been
Get
awesome.
some money.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to my live poker vlog. Tonight we are taking you to Philadelphia, Pennsylvania and the Philly Live Casino. This is a bit more in the city than my last vlog when I took you to Parks Casino, so it's got a bit different of a vibe, so I'm very interested to get into the poker room and check out the action. What's up, everybody? We are outside of Philly Live. We're going to be playing some 1-3, maybe some 2-5 tonight. I'm really not sure what games are going, but this is our first time checking out Philly Live, and yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Last night we went to Parks and we played some 2-5 for about 5.5 hours, and I didn't record. I forgot my stuff, and anyway, but we did come out with a profit, like 429 bucks, so it was nice for our little bankroll challenge that we're doing. But yeah, tonight we're gonna go play here for, I don't think it's gonna be a long session, maybe 2-3 hours or something like that. Check out the room. It's Saturday night, so I think games are gonna be good. So coming inside, and we're gonna be sitting, that's it actually, yeah, just come on in. We'll see you out there. All right, so walking into the poker room here, very nice vibe. Everything is brand new. It's been about a year since this casino has been here, so the chips are brand new. They're crisp, they are nice, fun to play with. I don't know if it's just me, but clean, crisp chips just increases the playing experience. I don't know. So we sit down here, and the second hand we get dealt is pocket aces. We are in the small blind, and we have to raise. It looks strong, but it just is what it is. Sadly, we get no action, but I guess could be worse. We could have lost with them. All right, so we're in the big blind here with ace queen suited. There's a raise and a couple of calls, and I decide to just call in the big blind here. I don't want to re-raise and then be in a spot where I have to put a bunch of chips in the middle with a hand as strong as ace queen suited, so I just decided to call. And then the flop comes favorable, 2 spades. The initial raiser continues. And then we get one call to our right. And now we're in a spot here with 210 bucks in the middle. I decide I'm going to raise it up to 155. And now at this point, I know when I put this amount of chips into the middle, I'm basically going to be looking to get my stack in on the turn, or at least have that option here. I guess if the spade comes, maybe I can start to play tricky. But if I miss, I am going to likely put it into the middle. The initial raiser thinks for a minute before folding their hand. And then the late position player also decides to fold here. So we don't have to see a turn. We don't have to decide whether or not we're going to shove the turn. And we just win a nice pot here. The next notable hand that comes up, we have ace queen off on the button. There's some limps, and we decide to raise it up to 25 bucks on the button. We get 2 callers, so we're 3 to the flop. The flop comes king 4 king. And this is something I've been doing a lot, and as I've been building my sample,
15.
with this small betting. I bet 15 bucks here, but I'm noticing people are just not folding to this bet, which I think if I have a good strategy on future streets, this could be fine if people are just continuing with really wide ranges. Turn checks around, and then the big blind in this hand, actually small blind in this hand, leads out for 25 bucks. And I take a minute and think here, and I'm like, would they bet a 4 here? That would be something maybe they check call on the flop. If they had some small pocket pairs, medium pairs like 6s, 7s, 8s, why would they bet out on this river? Eventually I come to the conclusion that they don't have much, and I'm going to call. And we do see the ace-10, so it's nice. We pick up a pot there with ace-queen high. Here in the big blind with the 7-4. We get to see a flop for cheap. 4 players. We decide to check, and the button player, who's a bit splashy, decides to bet 15 bucks here. And I could have just check called, but I feel like, again, how often people are just not folding live. The best play is going to be to raise and try to build a pot. It would be quite unlikely, I think, that they fold top pair. The guy in this hand actually claimed to have folded a jack. Upon review, though, I don't know that I can believe this gentleman folded a jack, because, as you can see here, they would have had to have had jack 7, because they have the 7 of spades here. So, And then we just had another hand, which I did not get any video for, but we had queen jack, and we raised it in the cutoff, and then the button calls, the seat 1 also calls. We go to the flop, it's jack jack 3 with a heart, and I bet 10 bucks, and then the guy in seat 6, younger Asian-ish dude, on his phone a lot, so I don't really know anything, but he seems like he probably plays a little bit. He raises it to 60, and I call. The other guy folds. The turn goes a 2 of hearts, and we go check check, and then the river's another hearts, 4 hearts, and I was thinking about betting here, but when you check the turn, I just assume that he's like super weak, right? So and I want to see kind of how he responds when he raised checks, you know. So that really, to me, on the river it goes check check, and I end up winning with my queen jack. But yeah, I got a good amount of information in that hand, because I just sat at this table not too long ago. Haven't even been here an hour, and since the cash games now are 7-handed, it's a lot more action real quick. It's even tough to kind of like get away from the table. Like I sat out on my button to come record this video, you know. So it's interesting, but trying to get some reads really fast. I made a big fold versus that guy earlier when I raised queen 9 over a seat 1 limp. I raised 9 high flop. I bet he raised me, the same guy that we just had the queen jack hand, and then he bet turn in this other example, and then I ended up folding turn. 9 was still the top pair, but the second card like paired the board and stuff, and it was just one of those spots where it's like I literally just sat down. So I'm gonna try to get a vibe for the table and then go for there. So yeah, we'll keep you posted. All right, so here we have king queen off in the big blind. There's a raise and a call, and I decide to call. And the flop is nice. We flopped the nuts, so that's pretty cool. Unfortunately, flop checks around, and I know I have to start betting at this point with my hand. So we decide to bet 2/3 the pot here, 40 bucks. There's a fold, and then the player in the 6th seat decides to raise it up to 90. And for a second I thought about re-raising here, but I think I want to call, allow for them to continue on the river, and me try to get a check raise in. That feels kind of like the standard play in this spot. Potentially, though, if they have some draws they might be re-raising, I could re-raise, though, to look really strong and get some more chips in the middle here. But this feels pretty normal to just play it as is. And then, of course, we're sticking to the plan. We check the river here.
Oh, man. That shit look good.
And unfortunately, the player who raised it up to 90 on the turn just checks behind on the river. And we do win this nice pot. But I am a little bit sad. Seems like this player was just not continuing in some spots I thought a lot of people would continue. So they were kind of clicking buttons a bit. But yeah, it was a short night here at Philly Live. Definitely got a good feel for the casino. Love the chips. The poker room is super clean. A lot of good action. All right, so we just wrapped up a really short session. We only played for about an hour. Tomorrow we actually have the high five $420, $420 $1 million main event to play. Kind of just wanted to come out for the first time and get a feel for Philly Live. We ended up actually, we're gonna update in the text how much we're up because I didn't count the cash. But we're up maybe $300-400 in an hour of playing here. But the poker room is really nice. It's got like an Aria vibe to it. But the games are good. All the 2-5 games feel like they're like 1-3. A lot of calling, limp calling, and stuff like that. It was a really good game and really well done. They were very good about masks, and they continued to go. You know, keep your masks over your nose. There was a bunch of reminders and everything. Yeah, I really enjoyed Philly Live here. I definitely plan on coming back. So really cool casino. It's Saturday night here, so it's kind of bumping. And yeah, I enjoyed it. So we're gonna head back now and yeah, look for a big online Sunday here. So thanks for tuning in to this short vlog, and we'll catch up with you later. See ya.